Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going to tackle one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, sometimes one of the most confusing parts of English, the if conditionals. But I promise you, by the end of this, you're not going to see them as just some tricky grammar rule. You're going to see them as a key that unlocks a totally new way to express yourself.
So what if all this was actually simple? What if it all made perfect sense? Well, it does. A lot of people get tangled up in the conditionals, but we're going to break them down into 4 really simple logical building blocks. Let's make that what if a reality right now.
You know, it's funny how that tiny 2-letter word if is so important. It's not just a word, it's like a key that opens a door. With if, you can talk about solid scientific facts, and in the very next sentence, you can be talking about future plans, wild dreams, or even looking back at the past with regret. It's how we connect the dots between actions and results.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the power of if. Then we'll walk through all 4 conditionals, 0, first, second, and third. And we'll wrap it all up with a final comparison to make sure everything is crystal clear. Simple enough, right? Let's get to it.
First up, we're starting with the foundation, the absolute bedrock. This is the 0 conditional, and it's all about things that are always 100% true. No guesswork, no maybes, just facts.
The one thing you gotta remember about this one is certainty. This is the language of science, of rules, of habits. It's for when you know that if condition A happens, result B will always follow every single time. No exceptions.
And check out the structure. It's just as simple. It's if plus a verb in the present simple, and then another verb in the present simple. Present tense, cause, effect. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. It's effects of the universe. It doesn't get more straightforward than that. Okay, so we've got our foundation of facts. Now let's build on it. We're going to take one step away from absolute certainty and into the world of what's possible with the first conditional. Now this one, I guarantee you use this every single day without even thinking about it. Anytime you make a plan or a prediction or warn a friend about something, that's the first conditional. We're not talking 100% certainties anymore, but we are talking about very real, very likely outcomes. See the little twist in the recipe here? The if part is still in the present simple, but the result part jumps into the future with will. If it rains tomorrow, I will take an umbrella. Now, is it a scientific fact that it will rain? No, but it's a real possibility, and this sentence shows exactly what our plan is if that happens. All right, we've covered reality, both the certain and the likely. Now it's time to have a little fun. Let's leave reality behind for a minute and jump into the world of dreams and pure imagination with the second conditional. This is the classic what if conditional. We use this all the time to talk about things that are totally unreal or hypothetical. It's how you dream about the future, imagine a different present, or give that classic piece of advice that starts with, well, if I were you. Now, this is where the magic happens in the grammar. To show that we're talking about something unreal, English does this really cool trick. It takes a step back in time. The if clause uses the past simple, and the result uses would. If I had $1 million, I would buy a big house. Do I have $1 million right now? Nope. So I use the past tense, had, to signal to everyone that this is purely imagination. That little time shift is our ticket to a hypothetical world. So we've imagined a different present and a different future. But what if we want to look back and imagine a different past? Well, for that, we need our final, most powerful tool, the third conditional. And let's be really clear here. We are talking about the impossible. Why? Because you can't change the past. It's done, it's over. So this conditional is like our own personal time machine in a sentence. It lets us look back and wonder what could have been. It's the language of regret, of relief, of just thinking about how things could have gone differently. Okay, I know this structure looks a little complicated at first, but the logic is so powerful. The if part uses the past perfect, had studied, to talk about an imagined action before another event in the past. And the result, would have passed, shows the imagined consequence. So when you say, if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam, you are literally creating a complete alternate history in a single sentence. It's pretty cool, right? Now, this is super important because this is where people often get mixed up. Second conditional versus third conditional. What's the difference? It's actually really simple. It's all about time. The second conditional is for an unreal situation now or in the future.
If I spoke French means I don't speak it right now. The third is for an unreal situation in the past. If I had spoken French means I didn't speak it back then, at that moment we're talking about. That's it.
All right, we've put together all 4 of our building blocks. Now it's time to step back and look at the whole incredible structure we've built, all at once.
And here it is, the whole system in one place. Just look at that beautiful, logical progression. We start with the 0 for certain facts. We move to the first for real possibilities in the future. Then we take a leap into imagination with the second for the unreal present. And finally, the third for the unreal past. It's a perfect journey from 100% real to 100% imaginary. This is your ultimate cheat sheet.
And there you have it. You see, you didn't just learn 4 random rules. You've walked through a complete logical system. You started with things that are always true, and you built on that piece by piece until you were able to imagine a completely different past. You've learned how to move smoothly between what's real and what could be.
So the tool is now yours. You've got the key. And the real question is, what are you going to build with it? What new ideas, what dreams, what plans are you going to express now that you have this? That's the real power of If. Thanks so much for watching.